Is it a good idea to buy a used gaming laptop? Well, we're about to find out. We set a budget of around $300. Now, that's not a hard budget because shipping, taxes, and things like that, but we're gonna be around the $300 mark. We're gonna see if we can find a decent gaming laptop. So we're gonna hop on over to eBay and we're gonna search for gaming laptop and we're gonna see what we can find. Now, if you have a particular budget that you wanna find, you can scroll down here on eBay's little pricing features here and we can do 350. I want to do 350 because you never know, you might find something where you can like put in an offer and maybe you'll get lucky. All right, here we go. So now look at this. We're gonna look around. This one is a Lenovo ThinkPad. It says it's got an RTX 3000 1TB SSD. I don't believe this is real. There's no way this is real. ThinkPads don't have RTX graphics cards in them, do they? It says it's got a 6GB graphics card. This person has no seller feedback. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a scam. That dude doesn't know what they're talking about. So we're gonna skip that and move on. There are a lot of decent used laptops that you could get, but again, we're wanting a gaming laptop. So look at this. Another 0 positive reviews. Don't fall for this. These are definitely scams, okay? They're definitely taking someone else's pictures and using them. We want to make sure that they have a good seller rating. All right, now here's our first option here that looks decent, $300 with $13 for shipping. It's got a 240 gig SSD. It's a 10300 and a GTX 1650. Now, I will say that 1650 is probably gonna be our sweet spot for laptops, so that's something that we could definitely part and see if we could come back to. And then we have another one here, same thing, but it just says i7. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. So it looks like it's Asus, that's cool. It does have a GTX card in it, but we don't know which one. It's a 970. Now, it's not a terrible deal. You might could get them to talk lower or go down a little lower, but I'm looking for something in the 1600 range for GPUs. Here we have another gaming laptop, a 1650. That's another one you could question mark or star there. It does have 256 gigs. And so we're gonna keep looking till we can find something in that range. Again, we wanna make sure that the seller feedback is good. Okay, here's another one, 1650. This one has 32 gigs of RAM. You know, you could probably sell 16 gigs of the RAM and upgrade that SSD if you wanted to, but this 350, that's not bad at all. So now that you kind of have an idea, this is exactly what you want to look for. You want to look for something in the 10th gen or higher range. Personally, that's what I would look for. And then a 1650, 1660, something like that for the laptop. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, this is why you use eBay. This is why you find positive sellers. This is why you make an offer. All right, so this guy right here, he had a HP Omen, which is a good, really good brand, i7 1075H, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD, and it did not have the GPU listed. So I went and looked, and it is a 1660 Ti. So, I mean, the only thing that it doesn't tell me here is, like, it says it's in good condition, it looks like it, you know, it's working, holds a decent charge. It does not tell me what kind of refresh rate the screen has, but I'm going to bet that most laptops in this price range are going to have a 60 hertz screen. So there's not much we can do about that, but he lists all the pictures that shows us everything. The GPU is a 1660 Ti. So this guy had it listed for 380. I offered him 300 and he countered back pretty quick and said he would take $330. This was with free shipping, so that is a steal. So we ordered this thing and we're gonna wait till it comes in and see what it's like. All right, so the laptop is here, so let's take a look. Now, a few things right off the bat is there is some cosmetic damage. As you can see, we have some dents and cracks and different things right around in here. We also have the same thing here, as well as it looks like some sort of indentation here on the top, which, you know, is to be somewhat expected. I mean, this is an older laptop, but the picture showed that it was actually running on the eBay listing. It also looks like it doesn't close completely even, so that is also something else we have to keep in mind. But let's open it up and check out our specs and make sure everything else lines up. Now, I've already got several things installed for us testing later, but let's just take a look here. Starting with the CPU, we have the i7-10750H CPU, which is what we paid for. 16 gigabytes of RAM. It is running at 2666, which is most of the time, I think it just rounds up to the 7 there. There are 2 slots of it. I didn't open it to make sure that it was dual channel memory, but I'm just gonna assume since it says 2 of 2, that it is. We have a 512 gigabyte Samsung SSD, which is going to be less than that because we have Windows and things on there, but it's just always less than that. Anyway, all right, we have built-in Wi-Fi, which is fine. I will be testing all the games on Wi-Fi, and so that is something to keep in mind. And our GPU is the 1660 Ti. It is at 0% right now because we are running on battery powered, which is one of the biggest negatives that you need to know. When you have a gaming laptop, if you want to actually play games on it, you're gonna have to have your power bank plugged up. But speaking of power banks, that's where this laptop has an issue. And that's where I wanna bring up something that's very important. When you're ordering these, you need to make sure that there's a charger in the picture or message the seller for a charger. So I made the mistake here that there is no charger pictured, and the listing doesn't say that there is no charger included, but then this seller on eBay said, well, I didn't say the charger was included. Well, I mean, common sense says that if you're buying a laptop and you don't say anything about the charger, then the charger is going to be included. So with that being said, I had to buy a charger, which I think cost me an extra like 40 bucks. So that's a big mistake for me. But as you saw when we were looking at the eBay listings, you can still find a $300 gaming laptop with at least a 1650, which is gonna perform a little less than this, but it's still gonna be able to run games just fine. And so if you are bummed out that, you know, I didn't spend the $300, I'm sorry, but you know, I can't help that an eBay seller doesn't send me a charger when it doesn't say that it's not included. But anyway, that being said, let's continue to take a look at this laptop. Now, I mentioned when we first looked at the screen for the laptop, or when I first ordered the laptop, that the display screen didn't say anything about having the ability to go over 60 hertz. And if you look here, we only have 2 options, 60 hertz and 40 hertz. Those are our only 2 options for this display. So that kind of bothers me in a sense, but that's just kind of how older laptops were from what I can understand. They didn't really have built-in high refresh unless you spent a lot of money. However, it does have an HDMI port on the side, and this HDMI port on the side will allow you to plug up a monitor and run a higher refresh rate. So I hooked it up to a 240 hertz monitor and was able to play perfectly fine, perfectly smooth on a 240 hertz display with the HDMI out. Now I know that defeats the purpose of having a laptop, but there are some people that travel like maybe to college and then back home on the weekends, or you know, you have to swap between grandparents' house or parents' house or whatever, and you would like something that you can travel with. These are great for vacations. I love taking my gaming laptop on vacation. Like if my wife's going shopping, I can chill in the hotel room and play video games while she's doing that. So there are some pros to having a gaming laptop. Just know that you have the 60 hertz limit on this one if you're going for a cheap laptop. But for testing purposes, I will test everything on the actual laptop screen, but I will use a capture card to record it, but I'm going to play on the laptop screen. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, the last thing before we play games, this laptop was refreshed, like reset completely, because I bought it used. So if that is the case for your laptop, you probably are gonna have to install graphics drivers. So to do that, you're gonna wanna go over here to your NVIDIA app. If it's not there, you're gonna need to go to Google and search up NVIDIA app or AMD Adrenalin if it's an AMD laptop, and download the NVIDIA app. And then once you download the NVIDIA app, you can go inside here and go to drivers and see mine are already installed here. So mine says reinstall, but if you hadn't installed them yet, it would ask you to download and then install. Then after that, you can play games. Now, if you try to boot this thing up and play games without the power cord, just know it's gonna limit you automatically to 30 FPS, which is not very playable in my opinion. It's depending on what kind of game you're playing. But if you plug the power cord in, that's not an issue. And last thing I promise before we get into testing these games, the keyboard on this laptop is pretty solid in my opinion. I mean, it feels okay. You can plug up a keyboard with it if you would like. I just like using the actual laptop keyboard if I'm using a laptop because it just feels more comfortable. I'm not so far away from the screen, but plugging up a wireless mouse is definitely a must when you're playing with a gaming laptop for sure. Now, the first game that I tested on our list was, I went pretty demanding with Cyberpunk 2077. I just wanted to see out of the box, could it play? And we put it on medium settings, just the preset that Cyberpunk has. And we actually got like 77.54, which is a super playable experience. Now, the default settings does use a little bit of upscaling, so keep that in mind. Then we wanted to play Warzone. Warzone on a laptop, historically, in my experience, struggled a little bit, but this was super smooth. Now, Warzone is a AAA game, but it is optimized pretty well at this point, and we turned it on the lowest settings possible, but we made sure that we had 100% render resolution at 1080p, and we got like 70 to 80 FPS. That's actually pretty smooth. Now, I know technically the monitor can't get that high as far as the built-in display, but still cool that we can hit that. Again, you can use an external display if you would like. Then we tried everybody's favorite battle royale, good old Fortnite. At 1080p performance mode, we got around 160 to 170-ish. Sometimes it would drop, but overall, it's pretty smooth. I will say that Fortnite was the biggest letdown as far as the screen goes. 60 FPS in Fortnite, for me, who is used to playing on almost 500 hertz on my main PC, and I've played 240 hertz for a really long time, and it is just really, really hard to build and edit. I'm a boomer anyway, I'm not great at it, and so that extra added input delay of playing 60 FPS, so bad. So definitely want an external monitor for that, but some of you kids that watch my channel, you're way better at the game than I am. You can probably adjust and be just fine. And then last, I wanted to play a super easy to run game like Valorant, and Valorant pushed pretty much almost 200 FPS the entire time. So overall, I think this is awesome. You let me know what you think, but if you would rather just build a gaming PC for around $300, then you can go watch this video right here.